Exciting times ahead. Everything you need to know about United's Wembley of the North plans. Hey football fans, welcome back to United News. Today we are going to dive into the work of rejuvenation of Old Trafford to 100,000 seats with government support. And also we will look on Bellingham and Rigg summer transfers and Harry Maguire offside saga and Ruben Amorim comments. The big stadium news. What's actually happening? Man United's Old Trafford regeneration project gets government support. Manchester United's plans to redevelop their Old Trafford home have been boosted after the UK government threw its support behind the club's plans. Chancellor Rachel Reeves announced she would be championing the project in a statement outlining the bold reform of the country's planning system issued by the Treasury on Sunday. The Chancellor also revealed today that she is championing a regeneration project around Old Trafford in Manchester that will see new housing, commercial and public space as a shining example of the bold pro-development model that will drive growth across the region. With authorities exploring setting up a mayoral development corporation body to redevelop the area, the statement said. While United would be responsible for financing the stadium, the government's backing helps the club pursue wider development opportunities in the surrounding area. Manchester United are exploring options for redeveloping Old Trafford and the surrounding area. Manchester United CEO Omar Berarda welcomed the government's backing for the project. The delivery of a world-class stadium can be the catalyst for major regeneration of an area of Greater Manchester which requires new investment to thrive again, Berarda said in a statement. We cannot achieve that wider aim on our own, which is why we welcome the announcement by the Chancellor and the ongoing support of the Mayor of Greater Manchester and Trafford Council. If we work together, there is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to create a landmark project around Old Trafford that the whole region can be proud of. ESPN reported in August that United are leaning towards building a new 100,000 capacity arena rather than redeveloping the existing stadium, although a final decision has not been made. Building a new stadium on surrounding land would likely last 6 years and cost more than £2 billion, $2.5 billion, and is the option favored by co-owner Sir Jim Ratcliffe and the project task force, which includes Mayor of Manchester Andy Burnham and former club captain Gary Neville. United said the task force determined that a redeveloped stadium could increase Old Trafford's capacity to 87,000, while a new stadium could house 100,000 supporters. United said both options remain under consideration and the club are set to decide on the preferred option before the summer. Fears new Man Utd Stadium faces 7-year wait as Sir Jim Ratcliffe rushes to get started on Old Trafford replacement. Manchester United fans could be waiting 7 years for a new home to replace Old Trafford. Co-owner Sir Jim Ratcliffe wants to move the Red Devils into a new 100,000-seater, £2 billion home. Man United co-owner Sir Jim Ratcliffe is desperate to get started on Old Trafford's redevelopment. An AI impression of the new project, which could see United build a 100,000-seater stadium. The plans will see a huge overhaul of the area around Old Trafford. The plans recently received government backing and will see a transformation to the area around the Theatre of Dreams. It will lead to new housing, commercial and public spaces, as well as the creation of thousands of jobs. Ratcliffe is eager to get spades in the ground on the mammoth redevelopment as soon as possible. The 72-year-old wants to get work underway by the end of 2025, with completion by 2030. A redevelopment of the iconic ground would house just 87,000 fans, a task force recently discovered. The team, which includes ex-United star Gary Neville, Manchester Mayor Andy Burnham and Lord Sebastian Coe, conducted a feasibility study into whether a new stadium should be built. Are you alright, Dash? Gary Neville stunned as Wayne Rooney admits he still wants to manage and reveals unusual next step. Inside Sir Jim Ratcliffe's plans to replace Old Trafford with a Wembley of the North, Ratcliffe has pushed for an ambitious Wembley of the North project. He envisages a completely new 100,000 arena which would serve as the focal point of a completely renovated site. The entire project is estimated to cost around £2 billion and was described by Olympics hero Co as one of the biggest regeneration projects ever undertaken in the UK. Manchester Mayor Andy Burnham added, "This is the biggest opportunity for urban regeneration this country has seen since London 2012. It will be a key part of our 10-year plan to turbocharge growth across Greater Manchester. We look forward to working with the government on moving freight away from the site around Old Trafford to new locations to open up capacity for our rail network and unlock massive regeneration potential, delivering benefits across the whole of the north. On the field, it's been another dismal season for United. They currently sit 13th in the Premier League, with only 8 wins from 24 games. The Red Devils appear set for a huge summer reset under Ruben Amorim, with almost every member of the squad available for sale. Ratcliffe and Ineos have cut costs around the club throughout the past year, including slashing budgets for non-playing staff. Even legendary Sir Alex Ferguson was not safe, with the Scot removed from his multi-million-pound role as a club ambassador in October. FA Cup drama. The goal was offside. Ruben Amorim gives brutally honest verdict on Man United and admits Harry Maguire's controversial winner against Leicester should have been overturned. Ruben Amorim admits Harry Maguire's late winner for Manchester United against Leicester City was offside and should have been overturned. What happened? United came from 1-0 down to beat Leicester City 2-1 in controversial fashion in round 4 of the FA Cup on Friday. Joshua Zirkzee equalized for the hosts before a late winner from centre-back Maguire. The defender was offside before he headed the ball home in second-half stoppage time, but with no VAR in operation, the goal stood something head coach Amorim admitted should have been chalked off. What Ruben Amorim said. He said after the game, "The goal was offside. We should have VAR. It should be here to overturn the decision because it's hard on the opponent. It's hard on Ruud van Nistelrooy. But in the second half we managed to change the game a little bit, but the performance, we were poor in this game. We showed some spirit, more energy in the second half. Some players also came in and helped the team, so it was a good result." The bigger picture. Leicester boss and United legend Ruud van Nistelrooy was livid that the goal stood, with good reason, as his team were denied the chance to fight for a 5th-round spot in extra time. The Red Devils looked to be heading to a 9th loss under the Portuguese, but pulled off a late comeback to continue their FA Cup defense. What next? Amorim's United return to Premier League action next Sunday, when they travel to fellow strugglers Tottenham. Transfer news. Man United in battle with Arsenal to sign Bellingham and Rigg. Manchester United are reportedly in a battle with Arsenal over a deal to sign Sunderland duo Joe Bellingham and Chris Rigg, as per Spanish outlet Fichajes. The Red Devils are expected to revamp their midfield department next summer. Casemiro has found completely out of favor under new head coach Ruben Amorim, so he is likely to leave the club ahead of next season. Moreover, Christian Eriksen has entered the final few months of his existing deal, and it appears Man United are not going to hand him a new deal. Therefore, he is expected to leave the club as a free agent at the end of this season. Other than the duo, Amorim has Manuel Ugarte, Toby Collier, Kobbie Mainoo and Bruno Fernandes at his disposal to deploy in the engine room. However, Bruno is more comfortable in the attacking midfield position, while Mainoo also looked better in number 10 position in a recent game than in the holding midfielder role. Battle. Now, Fichajes state that United want to inject fresh blood in their engine room and have identified Bellingham, the younger brother of Real Madrid star Jude Bellingham, and Rigg as serious targets after monitoring their development closely this season. The Black Cats don't want to let their star duo leave the club just yet, but they may find it difficult to resist should they receive a lucrative proposal from Man United. However, Amorim's side aren't alone in this race, as Arsenal are also keen on luring the duo away from the Stadium of Light. The Gunners have been in search of new midfielders due to the uncertainty surrounding Thomas Partey and Jorginho's future. Both have entered the final few months of their respective contracts. The Italian is set to leave the club as a free agent, with Brazilian side Flamengo leading the race to secure his service. Bellingham is still just 19, while Rigg is just 17, and at this tender age, they have been playing regularly for Sunderland this season. The duo are highly talented players and possess the potential to reach the top. Therefore, they would be a great coup for Arsenal or Man United if either club eventually managed to secure their services next summer. Stay tuned as we break down all the latest rumors and what they mean for United's future. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for all the freshest updates on your favorite club.